Hello everyone, welcome back to Tea and Lit. In today's video, I have some little feetsies for you. I have another tag video. It is the Joy of Christmas tag. I'm very excited. I'm sorry I'm not dressed Christmassy for this video. It's currently like the middle of October when I'm filming this, but that's fine. The Joy of Christmas. I actually love Christmas, but I'm a little bit crazy about not celebrating Christmas until after Thanksgiving. I believe we celebrate Christmas after Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. That's my feeling. Anyway, let's do the Joy of Christmas tag, okay? First question is anticipation. The Christmas excitement is real. What book releases are you most anticipating? And I know I don't mean to be so basic, but I am pumped up for A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. I must say, I read the series in 2019. The second book in the series was my most favorite book of the year, and I'm pretty excited about the book. Also, Cassian is like my boy. I love him. Question number 2. Christmas songs and carols. What book or author can you not help but sing his praises? Their praises. Mine is a hymn. And that is the brilliant, perfect, wonderful, loving Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I cannot get enough of the Sherlock Holmes series. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle started a trend that will never die, and I absolutely love his writings. Victorian writing, first of all, is gorgeous, and the stories of Sherlock Holmes are just phenomenal. I've read several of the stories, like the Study in Scarlet and the Hound of Baskerville, and the Hound of the Baskervilles, and some other ones that I can't think of. This is the Memoirs and the Adventures. Brilliant. Love Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Number 3, Gingerbread House. What book or series has a wonderful world building? I have to say, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz was just so darling. I read this earlier this year, and I had major envy for the size of their vegetables because my vegetables were not that spectacular. But maybe one day, with a little bit of magic, I will be able to grow such big, beautiful, luscious fruits and veggies as they have in The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was gorgeous. Thought it was brilliantly written, especially like the Emerald City. I just thought it was so smart. So great. Loved it. Next question, number 4. A Christmas Carol favorite classic or one you want to read? I am looking forward to reading The Iliad. This is our January read for the channel. It tells the story of the Greek Trojan War and Achilles. So looking forward to that one. Christmas sweets. What book would you like to receive for Christmas? I do not have an answer for this question. I don't have an answer for this question. I like cookbooks, to be totally honest with you. I would love to get, I saw this one book. It was like an Irish cookbook at the used bookstore, and I didn't grab it because it wasn't in the budget that month, which was disappointing. But it had like Irish soda bread, Irish potato bread, Irish stew, and I would have loved to grab it, and I'm sorry I didn't, but I love getting cookbooks because it's one of those things that like I'm not going to get at the library. I'm not going to get a cookbook from the library and fall in love with it. Although I did get a sourdough bread cookbook from the library just to see if it would have what I was looking for in a sourdough bread book, and it wasn't everything I wanted. But I would love a nice book of like sourdough recipes for breads and muffins and all sorts of wonderful things. I think that would be really fun. So a nice cookbook is probably what I would want. Either something that is like country or ethnic specific, or one that's like specific to a particular topic, or like a homesteading cookbook. I think that would be great. So yeah, that is what I would like. Candles in the Window. What book gives you warm, fuzzy feelings? And that is The Hobbit. I read this in September. Loved it. It was so comforting and cozy and atmospheric, and I loved everything about The Hobbit. I kind of want to read it every year now because it was just so brilliantly written by J.R.R. Tolkien. Next up, Christmas trees and decorations. What are some of your favorite book covers? And that is Midwest Medicinal Plants. Identify, Harvest, and Use 109 Wild Herbs for Health and Wellness by Lisa M. Rose. There's several of these books for each of the different areas of the United States. I don't know if there's any for outside of the country, but look at how beautiful those are. And I have taken this book out with me foraging, and it's actually really, really fun, really, really lovely. And I really enjoy this book, but also just the cover, all of the beautiful flowers on there are just phenomenal. And then this whole background, love it. Some other ones that I love, these DK books, Grow Fruit, Grow Vegetables, Gardens, Yards, Balconies, Roof Terraces by Alan Buckingham, Joe Whittingham, Consultant, and this one's just by Alan Buckingham. I have a dream that I have shared before that I will own a homestead, and these books have been really lovely to get into and to learn about growing fruits and vegetables. But I also just love these covers because everything looks so lush and delicious and makes me want to just sink my teeth into a nice juicy strawberry. This one is called Attainable, Sustainable, The Lost Art of Self-Reliant Living by Chris Bordessa. And I just thought it was just really cute. I think that it's so much fun to see all these different self-reliant, sustainable items. You've got the trowel full of mud. You've got some homemade sourdough bread. You've got some homegrown vegetables here. Some sort of apothecary item. Some honeycomb, a hammer, some needles and thread. I just love the idea of sustainability through self-reliance. And I think that this book cover communicates both those things very brilliantly. So those are some of my favorite book covers that are on my shelf. I know that's kind of weird. Like, people expect that you pull all these novels off. I don't have like a bunch of like modern classic books, to be totally honest with you. I don't have like tons of series. I typically support my local library. And then most of my bookshelves are either classic literature or nonfiction books. And that's just the way I prefer to buy books, because I believe in having references for things that are important. Anyway, that's just my philosophy on book buying. Last question is, what are some of your favorite things about Christmas and or some of your favorite Christmas memories? I have lovely memories. I don't know if you can tell this, but I'm kind of like bossy and organized and disciplined and all these things. And for a lot of my childhood, every Christmas would come around and we would have our family parties on Christmas Eve night, and everybody would put their presents under the tree. And then when it came time to open presents, I would divvy out the presents to everybody. I would sit under the tree and I would pull a present out. I'd be like, okay, here's one for Papa, and here's one for Grandma, and here's one for Mom, and here's one for Dad, and here's one for me, and here's one for Keith. And I was kind of like the organizer, and then I would say, okay, this person opens their gift next, and that person opens their gift next. And I have many fond memories of the eye rolls from mostly my cousins, which were very funny. I also have a fond memory. We used to do a progressive dinner a few times with some of the other families in the neighborhood. It was tons of fun. The kids could get together and play, and we would go from house to house to house, and everybody would have different toys that we could play with and different activities that we could do. And so that was a lot of fun that we did when we were kids. In more recent years, I cook Christmas dinner, and it is a laborious experience. It's 3 days of cooking and 2 weeks of organizing, but is a lot of fun. And Keith helps in the kitchen. He's great. And I love cooking a little bit and then going to church, and then cooking a little bit more and going to church. And by the end of the day, I am just so exhausted on Christmas that typically what almost always happens is that everybody comes over, we eat our food, and I go to sleep. Everybody's still at the house, everybody's still enjoying their time, but I'm in bed because it's very likely that I've been to Mass 3 times in 48 hours, and I need a break. I've been up all night. I went to midnight Mass, I'm sure. Enjoyed the carols. I was at Mass an hour and a half early, and I absolutely love Christmas, and I love Christmas at church. So much fun. It's so beautiful. I go to a church that has this beautiful, beautiful old organ that is absolutely magnificent. We have an award-winning organist that plays for us, and our choir is just second to none. And so to listen to them sing Christmas carols for the hour before Mass, you have to get there an hour and a half enough early so you can get a seat, is just a beautiful, beautiful experience. And all of the decorations, I'm always there before Christmas starts, and then to see all the poinsettias and everything out is just so much fun. It's just so much fun. We've got, you know, Jesus, that we've had the creche and the nativity scenes up, but Jesus has just been put in when you arrive at Christmas Mass, and it's really special. So I enjoy doing that, and then coming home and getting 2 hours worth of sleep, and then getting my big bird in the oven, and then waking up every hour to baste my bird and get any final cooking done, and then everybody comes over in the afternoon, and I eat and go to sleep while everyone is still talking. That's what typically happens on Christmas in the last few years. I imagine this Christmas is going to be very, 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 very different, which sucks, but it is what it is. And, you know, it doesn't hurt that I will get a little bit of a break this holiday season, because I usually cook Thanksgiving and Christmas. So typically, by the time Easter rolls around, I'm totally over it. So those are some of my fond memories of Christmas. In the description or in the comments, let me know what some of your happy Christmas memories are, or any bittersweet Christmas moments. I think, you know, there's still those out there that are good to experience and think about also. So I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, and whatever winter holiday you celebrate, I hope it is full of joy and comfort, and most importantly, good food. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.